Good evening. This Sunday, December 6th, we will be opening up the churches for worship. Anstown and Tramore will have morning prayer at 10 and 11:30. The Cathedral and Dunmore East, Holy Communion at 10 and 11:30 respectively. You know how we are working under very constrained circumstances at the moment. So we're limiting places to 50 in the three larger churches and a much smaller number in Anstown, which will be arranged with the wardens there. If you have any doubts, please do not come to church. Please just do what's right by you. God is God, and you know that you can pray wherever you are and join with the worship of the worldwide community simply by calling out to God wherever you are. So don't feel compelled to come to church if you have any doubts about it. Secondly, if you're unwell in any way, please don't come to church, just in case, for the safety of everybody. We'll ask you to do the usual. Wear a mask, sanitize your hands coming in, observe the social distance guidelines which will be given by the wardens, and to give a name and contact number in the event of social tracing, in the event of anybody becoming infected. So please God, the last time we opened up, it was done safely and respectfully, and everybody took responsibility for their own care and for the care of others. So hopefully the same will happen this time. And just remember, the services will go out every Sunday anyway, so don't feel pressurized at all to attend church if you have any doubts. So look forward to seeing you, and between us we'll, please God, get this right again. Following this is an interview with Simon. He has some lovely stuff prepared for us over the coming weeks and months, and he explains what the music is that we will hear very frequently going into 2021. God bless.
Good evening, Simon. You have a book of the music of Bach in your hand. What's that about?
This is a collection of pieces that Bach wrote for the organ. It's called his Orgelbüchlein, or his little organ book. And it's a collection of chorale-based pieces that accompany us through the church year. So they begin appropriately in Advent time, and Bach wrote 4 for Advent. So I'm going to play one on each Sunday of Advent, and then I'll play the Christmas ones when it's Christmas time, and then we'll move into Epiphany, and so on.
Do you notice a change in the music as you move from Advent through to Epiphany?
Certainly. The Advent music is full of expectation, full of of waiting, and there are various titles like Nun komm der Heiden Heiland, which means now the Saviour of the heathen is coming. It's a very old text, but a hymn that's still sung in the north of Europe. And then you'll probably recognize chorales like In Dulce Jubilo. We'll have that at Christmas time. Bach didn't set things like While Shepherds Watch Their Flocks, or chorales that are more associated with the English tradition. But I'm sure you will recognize a good number of the melodies that I'm going to play.
You say they're chorales, and the awful thing about this pandemic is we can't have choirs or singing, and it's going to be weird over Christmas not singing carols when we meet. The chorales, what are they in this book of pieces?
Well, the chorales are the melodies of very well-known hymns, and they're often very, very old melodies. So a lot of people would think of Bach chorales, for instance, but actually Bach just harmonized them. The melodies were much older than that. And the melodies themselves would speak a lot to the church-going people of certainly of Bach's time and of much later eras. Last Sunday, for instance, I played the chorale Wachet auf. We know that as Sleepers Awake, and that's very well known in our tradition as well. And for a lot of people, when they hear that, they would think of the appropriate text or the appropriate time of church year, just as we would hear Christmas carols, and people, whether they're church-going or not, would tend to think immediately of Christmas time.
Thank you. We look forward to the coming weeks, and we'll keep an ear out for Bach's chorales. Thank you.
Pleasure.